Dare to Lead by Brené Brown is a transformative book that explores the concept of daring leadership and offers valuable insights into building courage, connection, and vulnerability in the workplace. Brown's research-based approach emphasizes the importance of embracing vulnerability as a strength and creating a culture of trust and belonging in organizations. The Call to Daring Leadership. Brené Brown introduces the concept of daring leadership as the ability to navigate uncertainty and change while fostering a culture of trust and belonging. She emphasizes that daring leaders are not afraid to be vulnerable and that they demonstrate empathy and compassion towards their team members. The 4 skill sets of courageous leaders. Brown identifies 4 skill sets that are crucial for daring leaders. A. Rumbling with vulnerability. Daring leaders acknowledge their fears and insecurities and are willing to be vulnerable, even when faced with uncertainty and risk. They encourage open communication and foster an environment where team members feel safe sharing their thoughts and feelings. B. Living into your values. Courageous leaders are guided by clear values and lead by example. They align their actions with their values and hold themselves and others accountable to ethical standards. C. Braving trust. Building trust is essential in daring leadership. Brown introduces the acronym BRAVING to represent the elements of trust building: boundaries, reliability, accountability, vault, confidentiality, integrity, non-judgment, and generosity. D. Learning to rise. Daring leaders have the resilience to bounce back from failures and setbacks. They view failure as an opportunity for growth and learning, and they encourage their team members to embrace a growth mindset. The myths of vulnerability. Brown dispels common misconceptions about vulnerability, such as viewing it as a sign of weakness. Instead, she highlights that vulnerability is the key to fostering creativity, innovation, and connection within a team or organization. Empathy and compassion. Daring leaders demonstrate empathy and compassion towards their team members. They listen actively, seek to understand others' perspectives, and refrain from passing judgment. By showing genuine care and concern, leaders create a culture of psychological safety and support. Building a culture of belonging. Brown emphasizes the importance of creating a culture of belonging where all team members feel valued and included. Daring leaders address issues of diversity, equity, and inclusion and actively work to eliminate biases and discrimination within the organization. Courageous conversations. Daring leaders are skilled in having difficult conversations with their team members. They approach these conversations with empathy and curiosity, seeking to understand different viewpoints and finding solutions collaboratively. Braving accountability. Brown introduces the concept of clear expectations and boundaries within a team. Daring leaders hold themselves and their team members accountable for their actions and ensure that everyone understands their roles and responsibilities. The Armory and Daring Leadership. Brown discusses the concept of the armory, which represents the defensive strategies people use to protect themselves from vulnerability. Daring leaders recognize these armory behaviors and work towards dismantling them to foster open and authentic communication. Learning to DRIVE. To develop courageous leadership skills, Brown suggests a DRIVE methodology. A. Define the problem, identify the challenges and obstacles that need to be addressed. B. Reframe the story, challenge limiting beliefs and reframe the narrative to promote growth and resilience. C. Identify the key players, determine the individuals and resources needed to tackle the issue. D. Vision the outcomes, envision the desired outcomes and set clear goals. E. Execute the plan, take decisive action to implement the strategies and achieve the defined goals. Rumbling with our emotions. Daring leaders are not afraid to confront their emotions and work through difficult feelings. They cultivate emotional intelligence and self-awareness to better navigate challenging situations. The SAFE feedback model. To provide effective feedback, daring leaders use the SAFE model: share your observations, ask for the recipient's perspective, focus on your feelings, and encourage a way forward. This model promotes open and constructive feedback exchanges. Living the values of daring leadership. Brown concludes by emphasizing that daring leadership is not about perfection but about showing up, being present, and striving to create a culture of courage, compassion, and connection. By embracing vulnerability and building trust, daring leaders can lead with authenticity and create positive change within their organizations. If you would like to purchase a copy of Dare to Lead, see the link in the description.